All right, everybody, welcome back to WrestleMania 36 recap night number 2. Again, it's myself, John Fate. We got RJ and Devin Diamond. So here we're going to just kind of quickly recap the match, kind of talk about it a little bit, compare and contrast night number 1. And if you guys have any comments, please comment below. Any suggestions for future videos. So with that being said, on to match number 1. We had Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. We had Charlotte Flair actually winning via submission on that one. So, Ryan, what were your thoughts on that match?
Who's Ryan?
Devin Diamond. Sorry. I will get this right eventually. One day, people.
No, it was good. Yeah. it was a good match. I liked it. It had some good pacing, a lot of good moves and stuff like that. But I just don't see the point in putting the belt on Charlotte. I mean, she's a good wrestler, but at this point, it's just, I look at it as it's just, it's because she's Flair. That's just, it's kind of like, when people are getting sick of John Cena, a decade ago. It's going to turn into the same thing. And I don't see what it accomplishes.
I don't think there was a win-win situation on that one. I mean, Rhea Ripley winning would have kind of hurt Flair on that one,
but it would have done a lot for Rhea Ripley.
It would have. It just was,
even if it was another roll-up for like the 8th time on these shows, but
yeah, for me.
All right, I don't mean to cut you off there, but
no, we're good. So yeah, it was just kind of a little middle of the road match for me. What about you? And what do you think?
Yeah, I think that if they're going to try and make NXT the third brand, I've heard Triple H talk about that multiple times going up to WrestleMania. If they're trying to make NXT the third brand, putting someone strong that, like, I'm not going to say, I guess you could say brings legitimacy to it, but I mean, she was originally, she came from NXT, putting like one of the NXT standouts at the top of the show, going into whatever, if they're like what you said about the Wednesday Night Wars or whatever, if they're trying to make NXT a competitor for AEW or vice versa, however anybody wants to look at that, having her at the top, I think I said when we did our predictions that unless they're trying to make NXT the third arm of WWE, that I didn't see any reason to do it, but clearly that's probably why. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, again, that'd be kind of like going, 20 years ago, having, like the equivalent of the Undertaker or Triple H go down to OVW, or Smoky Mountain and win their championship. It's like, well, yeah, but what does it do for you? It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, when you got 25 hours of wrestling every week, it's a little different now.
Yeah. No argument there.
All right, what do you guys think viewing this channel? Comment below. We want to hear your thoughts. We're going to move on to the second match of the evening, which saw Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. We had Black go over with his Black Mass kick. Love his finisher. I just thought the finish of that match was, pretty stupid. It looks like Bobby Lashley had him, and then Lana steps up and says, no, hit the spear, and then he gets hit with the kick. I thought it was just a complete and utter stupid finish, and was not impressed with the match. RJ, do you have any thoughts on that one?
Completely unsurprising, typical finish. Like, you get the overconfidence when the guy loses. I mean, like, they've done that a million times so far. It's like, if you're not confident in putting one guy over the other guy strong or whatever, you always use the default as well. The guy we want to keep strong gets overconfident and loses the match for himself. I don't know, whatever. It's seen it a million times. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it really makes Bobby Lashley look bad. Like he can't survive. Like, he's too stupid to wrestle his matches. He had that issue, with Lana, and then with what was the little guy that was his manager last year?
Leo Rush.
Thank you. God, I couldn't remember his name. But that was the same thing. Like, he was like telling him what to do. I mean, Bobby Lashley's been doing this for 15, almost 20 years now. In the real world, it it makes him look kind of stupid. You know, I mean, it's good black one, but I don't know if I would assume, my gut tells me they're pushing for him towards Undertaker next year, but he's got to go over a little more strongly than that if that's the case. I might
You're
be
thinking
completely
Aleister
wrong.
Black versus Undertaker?
Possibly. That would be my guess.
That's interesting. I think Undertaker is probably only got a handful of matches at best left, and I'm not sure if
we said
would
that
be...
5 years ago, though.
Yeah. We said that 10 years ago.
Now that you see him breaking character more often, I think that's the sign right there that this is literally enjoy the matches while you have them, you know. So.
Well, Taker could wrestle 10, 20 more years if they do it the same way they did with his match with AJ.
Lots of quick cuts and editing. So
that is true. So onto a match. I don't know why I'm getting suckered into this one, but that's third match with Otis and Dolph Ziggler. You know, it's interesting. I just wish they didn't have Otis as the little slubby character, but we did see Otis go over with the help of Mandy Rose coming out there and hitting Dolph Ziggler with a low blow and helping Otis pick up that victory. Not a great match, but the storytelling that they've done up to the point, I think, kept it entertaining for us over here.
Yeah, definitely. I think Otis tossing Ziggler around too, like a rag doll. You know, if there's one, some people are critical of Ziggler, saying he's too Shawn Michaels, or, you know, he's just on autopilot. But he can definitely sell. I mean, he's probably the best seller in the business, in my opinion. And he made Otis look like $1 million, in my opinion. Wasn't a great technical match, but he definitely was. You know, we're looking like he's getting his butt kicked by a big guy. You know.
Okay.
And Otis got the happy ending. You know what I mean? Well, not in the gross way. But,
hey,
that was off
family
camera.
Show here. Family
PG.
show here.
PG.
Hey, you said low blow, so
Point taken on that one.
Well, as Devin said, I don't think I'd take two Shawn Michaels to be negative. So, but yeah, I agree. It's, you know, it's kind of it was that, you know, middle of the show match that they always have. So it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then
it was more watchable than Goldberg versus Strowman.
Everything was
well, of course,
more
it was
watchable, except for the R-Truth from night number 1. That was the only thing that was worse than the Braun Strowman Goldberg match, in my opinion. But we did have match number 4 here. We had everybody's looking forward. I was looking forward to it. Did it live up to the hype here with Edge and Orton? For me, the match was way too long. You know, you got a couple spots here and there that were pretty cool, but for me, it was just way too long. And I think maybe if they would have had a crowd there, it would have been better for myself. But I know everybody online has been blowing this match up, saying how great it was. So, RJ, take it away. What do you think?
Actually, Devin, you go first on this one. I want to get your opinion first. So.
Okay.
Right.
I don't think it, no matter what happened in the match, I don't think it could have lived up to the hype. You can still hear you, RJ, by the way. So you're creaking away. I don't think we could really, it couldn't live up to the hype. I mean, people have been like, for 9 years since Edge retired, like, oh, if he would just have one more match, what would it be? Who would it be? It's like, put it this way, from a storyline perspective, if somebody had attacked my wife, it would have been there would have been blood in that match. You know what I mean? There would have been a lot of blood in that match. And it was kind of distracting because you were watching Edge. I was constantly watching Edge, and so you could see he didn't take too many back bumps, you know, like big ones and stuff like that. And it was kind of distracting, like watching him. He's not wrestling the same as he used to, type thing, which is good for his health. But it was a little long, and I think not a big fan of the backstage brawls, but it worked with the empty arena. But it was. If this would have been the main event of a different pay-per-view, I think it would have been much better received, considering how much competition there was. So it was good. I liked it. Was it the greatest return ever? No. But, I mean, hey,
Yeah, I don't
doing
know
what
why
he
you're
loves
going to fight
again.
on top of a semi, top of the semi truck bed, and then finish it with a concerto to Orton. It's like, all right, you're on top of this, you're high up there, and you're going to just finish it with a concerto. You could have did that on the ground. So why even go up there?
Yeah, it's not like you have to for the crowd, or anything like that. It was a good start though too with the sneak attack. He kind of had the momentum right away, but.
Yeah, it suckered me in right away with that sneak attack. Even though we've seen it a couple times before, we've seen Dean Ambrose do it and
Sure.
Stuff like that. But yeah, it was a.
And they just
cool way to
showed the Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels match right after that, the Drew McIntyre Chronicle or whatever, and we watched that, and that was exactly what they did in one of the promos too, where he was dressed up as a cameraman while Kurt Angle was doing his thing. And yeah, I mean that's like I said, WWE going back to tried and true and unoriginal things, but when it works, it works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's only so many different. I mean, when you're running, a live event every week and with Raw and then all the other shows and everything. I mean, there are literally only so many different things that you can do. And Edge and Randy Orton did the pretty much everything you've ever seen before in a different order. So I mean, it really wasn't. I was a little concerned when Edge was leaning up against that stack of the ring steps, and it kind of started to tilt a little bit. I was like, "Oh God, don't get your arm stuck in there," or something, because regardless, it's heavy. And all of a sudden, you see him get his arm stuck in there or something, and he's like, "Help, help, help!"
Well, it was pre-taped, so if it happened,
yeah. It was interesting seeing all the performance center rings all stacked up and off to the side where they were trying to store everything while they're doing the events and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I know this is probably going to be kind of surprising, but probably to me, I think it was like the best match of WrestleMania, just because it took away from all the negatives of this WrestleMania and just took you out of that, because a match like that is always going to be like that. So you can go back and show highlights of that or anything. It's not going to look any different than if it was a real WrestleMania or not. You just don't have crowd noise. So when it came to it, like, not wrestling match style, but I think just that was probably their best moment that they were able to do in the circumstances. So, my opinion.
Okay, so the next one that we have up was Gronk winning the 24/7 belt from Mojo. Better than night number one. Not, still not something that was too great. My favorite part was him leaving the arena so that he was out. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think Gronk, I don't know how much he's being paid, but whatever it is too much. I mean, he was a horrible host. I mean, he's just, I don't know football, but, just not entertaining. Just,
them's fight words, man.
Yes. So Gronk, if you're watching this, you suck. Please leave your comments below. So, and we're just gonna, we're just gonna move right on to the next one, because I've already given him too much attention.
Enough said.
Yeah, I'm starting a war with Gronk right now. All right.
Wow.
All right. Austin Theory, Garza versus the Street Profits. We did see the Street Profits go over on this one. As far as I'm concerned, just an okay match for me. The best part of this match is when Bianca Belair interjected herself and helped out the Street Profits afterwards.
Sure.
RJ, what do you think about this match? You have anything to?
It was a solid match. I mean, it kind of just came and went by. I mean, it was, again, not a lot of hype, not a lot of build up as far as I was concerned. Just, airtime that they needed to, WrestleMania was too big for one night because they put a bunch of matches in that people were kind of just about. So.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like, we need a tag title match on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was fine. It was good. Young guys hungry. It's good they got a match at WrestleMania. Get a good payday. It was good. It was solid. Nothing too crazy. Nothing. It'll be forgotten in the grand scheme of WrestleMania, but it didn't hurt anything.
Yeah. So that brings us to the 5-woman elimination match for the women's title that was currently held by Bailey. We did see Tamina go out first, which I don't think that was any surprise there that they were all going to gang up on her and do that group pin. That was kind of, it was interesting. We did see Naomi go out second, which, to be quite honest, I thought she would have probably been in there towards the end, probably on a lot of people's card as the favorite to win that. Third, we actually saw Sasha go out. That women's right. I will just say I'm not a big Lacey Evans fan, but she has, I think, one of the best finishers for a female going with that ladies right. It looked like it took Sasha just out cold. And then we saw Lacey go out next and Bailey retaining with the help of Sasha Banks. So again, I don't think there was any surprise. I didn't have her pick to win. I'm not sure if anybody picked Bailey to retain it, but no surprise there. I mean, for me.
Yeah. I think that plants the seeds for, Sasha, for Bailey versus Sasha, the rumblings where they're going to lock horns around SummerSlam. So that kind of cements you can't retain your belt without me type thing. I mean, I think with Lacey, I think I get she doesn't do it for a lot of people, but I see potential. I don't think she should probably be in the position she is now as quickly as she was, but she needs a little more refining. But I think, all things considered, she's definitely, 10 years ago, she'd be like the greatest women's wrestler ever, when you had the divas. So it was good. I mean, I called Tamina just for the lulz, so or Nia Jax would return, but I mean, it makes sense to keep the belt on Bailey. She's steady, you know what you got with her, and she's got a pretty good gimmick going.
Yeah, you gotta look at the situation that we're in now. Kind of what you just said. Like, isn't it kind of weird that we're at a point right now where WWE has the strongest women's division of wrestling out of any promotion? Because how long ago was it where WWE was always just the show and no go kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Came to the women, it was like for a while. I think TNA actually had the the strongest, with the knockouts and stuff like that. But now we're at a point. But when it comes to the match itself, the thing for me that I can give kind of like the promoter's perspective on is that was a perfect example of a match where you got a bunch of people to cram into a card and you don't know what to do with them, and you don't have confidence in some of them, but you want to get them on the show. So the thing that doesn't make sense to me about the way that they did it, and it was a style match, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Storytelling perspective is making it a 5-way and then elimination style. Now, you kind of do that so you can get a couple people out of the match real quick. But the other side of it is like, you told a story that you want Bailey to have all the odds stacked against her, right? She's the heel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know some people still like her, but she's the heel, right? So you're setting all the odds up against her. That's almost like the thing you would, like a heel promoter would do against a face to make that achievement great. What you did is you took a heel that you're trying to stick it to, and she beat all the odds to come out victorious. I'm not sure what the point of that is. The other side of that is like you should take someone like, especially with elimination style, you should take someone like Bailey, have her be like the second one eliminated, and now like all of a sudden now it's like, oh, we're gonna have a new champion, and you kind of like, it was
everybody
just
in their seats kind of goes like, oh, okay, yeah,
hey, we're gonna have a new champ, and then like it should have just been a 5-way style, and then Bailey could capitalize on other people's finishers, run in, get the pin, and win the match. That would make her a smart heel. She just had, like, there's no logic going forward from this, at least as I see it.
Yeah, if it would have been one fall to finish, she has one chance to walk away with that belt, and the odds are definitely stacked against her. I'm not going to try the Steiner math of how many odds are, but it's like, yeah, it would make sense. It would make her, look better, and then everybody doesn't have to, be on their back and looking up at the lights. Not everybody has to take a loss out of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
weird booking.
Yeah, it is.
So definitely one of the many ways they could have booked that. So
good match though, solid.
Yeah. So the eighth match on the card was, I don't know, by far for me, my favorite. Cena versus the Fiend. Fiend going over Cena, if you can call that a match. But I will call that a match. I thought it was very entertaining. It kind of took me down memory road for a lot of different things, and just a different, unique, again, something similar to the AJ Styles Undertaker match from the night before, but something at the same time completely different. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Well, I do have to question, was there ever an opening bell? I don't remember.
There's the promoter.
I didn't know when the match started.
No opening bell. It doesn't count.
That?
Yeah, no opening bell. The match does not count.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was like a 20-minute promo. It really wasn't a match. I mean, you want to chalk that one up as a win in the column for Bray Wyatt. I mean, it's
which version of Bray Wyatt?
Yeah. Well, it was just one of those things where it was like, it was just like, it was a really long promo. How do you class? I mean, and I know why. I know the way it was. Maybe, I don't know, just being too picky about it. But it's like, that doesn't feel like Bray Wyatt getting the win over John Cena in any way, shape, or form, to be honest. So.
Yeah. I mean, I started watching it. I had to double check my meds, make sure I didn't overdose. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. But it was weird. It was unique. It was the kind of buried John Cena, talking trash about his past and stuff. And I mean, it's, he like disappeared to it. Like, is this gonna be his last appearance ever, or what was that? Maybe we just could never see him again.
Oh, there we go. Was there one part of that, RJ, that promo, or for us that actually consider that a match? Was there one specific spot that you're like, okay, that was pretty entertaining, or that was your favorite moment? We'll start with you, RJ.
I kind of like the part where he was just kept saying ruthless aggression over and over, because I remember watching that when he first debuted.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, that was like all you could say. Yeah. So I mean, I thought that was kind of funny. Like, they did a pretty good job of trying to make him look like he did at each one of those time periods and stuff. The NWO thing, I didn't understand. Like, maybe I missed something.
They're teasing that if he had turned heel.
Yeah.
Comparing him to Hogan, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I guess.
You can interpret it however you'd like.
Yeah. I like seeing the big blue cage, if not just one section of it, and it's all rusting glory.
Oh, yeah. And the fist made its return, too. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cage part where Cena's just, just like that. I was like, oh, my gosh. And then his arms were so tired.
The floppy arm thing.
The floppy arm thing. I ate that up. That was pretty funny. Or just the Bray Wyatt picking, the constant picking at him, especially when he did the "you can look but you can't touch."
That was good.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
How many indie promotions coming up in the next few months when we can actually do stuff? We're going to start doing the boneless arm thing.
And Devin, what was your favorite part of that match?
This is some good shit. The puppet was great. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it was great. That was the laugh out loud moment.
I've seen a couple memes already hit Facebook on that.
Yeah, that's going to be the new meme. No, it was different. We've never seen anything like that, and that's really the most positive thing to come out of this WrestleMania, other than the Boneyard match, is
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, they did something creative, and like you were talking about indie promotions, the worst thing about this match now is that every indie promotion is going to do something like this. You're going to see it all over YouTube, all over Facebook. I mean, this is something that can only really be done once, and if they do it again, it's not going to work.
Yeah, this
is a one and done, and I mean, this had Bray Wyatt's fingerprints all over it. That he was the creative force behind this. And Cena probably had input, obviously, and he would have been okay with all of this. But yeah, this is something that'll probably go down as one of the top 10 greatest wrestling, not necessarily matches, but greatest moments of just like the WTF,
Yeah.
Makes me want to see Bray Wyatt have a match with like Hulk Hogan in a funhouse just to see what he could throw together.
Hogan would never Hogan
I
would
know.
never agree to it, you know.
It'd be cool.
It'd be good
to see
for
all the
Triple
different
H. For Triple H.
Also absent. Never saw him.
Yes, that's kind of strange. I think I mentioned that yesterday. It's just actually some statistic is this is the first WrestleMania in like 15 years without a member of the Clique on the card or something like that. I don't remember how many years it was, but
well, they did show the promo packages. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And the grand finale.
Grand finale. So we have Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the belt. I think we saw 3 moves just done multiple times. So
spam, hit Y, finisher.
Right. And as while I'm watching this, I was thinking back on our conversation that we had yesterday where you're like, hey, I treat this like a video game. It's what it felt like. Glad to see Drew get the win.
Yes.
The one thing I will point out, though, with Brock Lesnar hitting the F5, what was it? 4 times, I believe it was.
It's 3 or 4. I can't remember.
3 or 4.
I think it was 3.
You know what? As a wrestler, Devin, maybe you can agree or disagree with this one. I'm not going to hit my finisher and have you kick out of it, let alone 4 times. That just makes your finisher look that much weaker. If you know, that's a rare occasion that you kick out of someone's finisher. Otherwise, that's just a move that he does, and he eventually might get you with it. I thought it made Brock look very weak. And
and that's the thing too, like with Braun and Goldberg, where Braun Strowman was hitting it, he hit it 4 times. Fine, you put him down with it. You're making sure he's down. Not like I'm going to hit him with it once and then cover. Oh, he kicked out. Hit him again. Oh, he kicked out. It's like, you know, if that was the case, you know, he should have hit it, you know, multiple times. Really, if you're going to win the match, I think is better to really be doing that. I can understand once or twice kicking out, but 3, once you hit 3, it's like, all right, dude. You know,
I mean, that's
the
thing. You have a signature move. You want to hit a signature move, you do the pin.
It makes your move look bad. That you're not
then
doing
you could kick out, but a finishing move, that's RJ, what do you think on that one? Any other thoughts?
I think if the match was going to go the way that it went, I mean, not the way that it went, but if the match was going to go anyway, the way it really should have gone, if it was going to end the way that it ended, is that they should have just gone corner to corner, and McIntyre should have just run out of that first corner and immediately kicked him, give him the Claymore, like 3 or 4 times. He literally should have just come out of the corner. Brock takes 1, gets up, comes back out of the corner, hits him again, comes around, hits him again. 1, 2, 3, it was done. It would have been so fast they could say Lesnar didn't see it coming, he wasn't prepared, blah blah blah. But the way that they did it, I don't know. I mean, it was kind of bizarre.
They could have done something like this was the fastest WrestleMania main event of all time. You know, give him that kind of accolade or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look. But
and if you did it like that, you could potentially have something built up for later on down the road. So when there is a crowd, that I think would have probably helped this match out a lot if there was a crowd. So, all right.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, I think it's awesome. Drew McIntyre got the win. He deserves it, especially after all he's gone through. You know, and who thought we'd be seeing?
You could see the disappointment in his face, though.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I mean,
Well, when he gets that first, you know, pop when he comes back to a live audience, hopefully he's champion. We'll see. So,
if he's still champion when that happens, finally.
That's true. Well, they need to take a break here soon, I think, and let things simmer a little bit. But just my opinion. So I think Brock. Sorry to cut you up just real quick. Then I'll shut up. I think Brock's gonna disappear for a while now. He's been a little overplayed.
Yeah,
I could see them pulling something off, like go to SummerSlam and he'll take him on one more time just to legitimize it and have more of a legit match. I mean, the thing that does suck about this, especially after you watch that the Drew McIntyre Chronicle thing, really should watch that for anybody that hasn't watched it. It's really good. This is, I think, the first time I legitimately feel bad for someone in winning the title that they deserve. Yeah, because it really is. I know he's trying to play it up that, you know, I did this for all you guys on TV, pointed at the camera, and so this is all for you. The thing is the guy lives in Tampa, and WrestleMania was going to be in a giant stadium with 80,000, 100,000 people there. He knew he was going to go over the top, because even in that chronicle, he was talking about it and he kind of kept catching himself. he was going to say, take, like he knew he was going to be beating Brock Lesnar, but you could tell the way that he was talking about it, like he knew this was going to happen, but he was trying to not spoil it, I guess, if you want to say, and just the disappointment that he had about the way everything went. And he was like, it just said, he was like, in good Drew McIntyre fashion, like he was in Scotland when they did the travel ban, and he was just going there to like go to all those, like there was a pub in Scotland or whatever that blew up when he won the Royal Rumble, and like it was like a sports thing. He was going to do a tour. The second he got to Scotland, they pulled the travel ban. WWE says, yeah, we gotta get you home as quickly as possible. We don't know how long you can be there. And it just like, and it's like completely,
it's like Abe Simpson walking into the brothel. He walks in and just turns back around and leaves.
But yeah, I mean, this was like so big for him, and then it got, I mean, but it'll make it memorable. Everybody's gonna remember Drew McIntyre, the guy that got his moment when there was nobody in the crowd, and it was probably like the forgettable WrestleMania. But everybody's gonna remember Drew McIntyre being the champ, winning the championship with this one. I think that goes in his favor.
And that'll be good for him to have a chip on his shoulder for the future too. They wouldn't pull the trigger on me, and then when they did, I couldn't have my big win in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, before we as we take this home here, we'll just quickly. I think night one was better, and I would give the match of WrestleMania to Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Again, people that are watching this, if you disagree, I want to know your comments. Post them below, and I'll definitely try to get back to you. Devin Diamond, real quickly, what do you think? Match night 1 or 2, and your favorite match?
I'm gonna go with night 2, just because of the Funhouse match, I think, and it was different. And also, I think just the fact that McIntyre got his win. I mean, if that was really in a long time, we haven't had an organic one feel that way yet. So, an organic win.
Okay. RJ, what do you think?
Yeah, and I think I'm going to say that I like night 2 better. Like if I were going to sit down and pick one to watch, I would definitely say I like night 2 better. I think the outstanding moment, like, probably is Undertaker and AJ. I think the Firefly Funhouse match is probably going to be a more memorable moment, and I think the best like brawl, I guess, would probably be the Edge and Orton. So those are probably the 3 takeaways I would have. Obviously the Drew McIntyre thing was cool, seeing him go over, for the title and that, but everything else just kind of is water under the bridge. So
absolutely.
Thank you for tuning into the video today. Please leave those comments below if you have any suggestions or anything for future videos. Comment below. I will get back to you. Again, hit that like button, punch that subscribe, share. That's how we'll grow this channel together. Till next time.